Today's show is sponsored by none other than the Daddy Daughter Dynamic, The Path to Healing. It is a wonderful book that was written by 13 women sharing their stories on how each traveled the road to forgiveness, healing, self awareness, and most importantly, self love. Hey y'all, it's me, Brenda, the solutionist. I see things other people often miss, and in 2023, I'm preparing to see a lot. Today, I'm excited because I'm going to be joined by one of my most favorite people on the planet, Lisa Ducharme, the 15-minute result coach. And we're going to be spilling the tea. So I have my cup today, something I normally don't do. See my little solutionist cup? But we're going to be talking about what happened in 2022 and how we're going to be taking action in 2023. So I hope you guys are ready. I'm going to bring Lisa in here to join me today. Welcome to Talk to Me on Face It Friday. Lisa, how you doing?
I am doing good. I love Face It Friday. It is kind of like my favorite day of the week.
You know, I love Face It Friday because that's the day when I get to face something that maybe I've been kind of like giving myself the side eye on. So I'm going to face the fact that maybe in 2022, I didn't take all the actions I needed to do. But in 2023, I'm being intentional about the actions that I take. And so we're going to be talking about some of the things that you and I accomplished in 2022. And maybe you might even want to bust me out on some of the things that I didn't because it is Face It Friday. But I'm thinking, where do we start? Because even though I felt like I was using a lot of creative avoidance, for those of you that don't know what that is, that's procrastination. I still feel like I got a lot of accomplished with your help. So let's start with one of my favorite things that we did together, our book. The Truth About How to Save Money and Time, Amazingly Simple Business Success Tips. Now, this book is amazing because now both of us are best-selling authors, and I thought that was pretty cool. You want to talk about that for a minute, Lisa?
That is actually very cool. Not pretty cool. That is very cool. And by the way, that was your second, and then the Daddy Daughter was your third
Mm-hmm.
time you were a best-selling author. So nobody can say you didn't accomplish anything this year. That is for certain.
Well, yeah, I got a couple of things done. That's true. That's true. You know, what I loved about the book, Lisa, was that we gathered in there all the stuff that we wish we had known when we started this journey. And we made it easy for someone that maybe is not sure where to start by creating basically a quick start guide that allows them to jump around in the book and get to the part that they need first, because everybody starts in different places. And with the way things are so digitally driven right now, some people will have their branding on point, but their social media, excuse my language, sucks. Or maybe they didn't do their research enough to know that naming their business what they named it really wasn't the smartest thing and won't get a lot of attention with the SEOs um, when people go to look for them. And we've seen a lot of people with the misnamed for the SEO, search engine optimization. I just learned that, y'all, so I'm sounding like I'm really smart, right? I didn't know what it meant. But by not knowing those kind of things, like what SEOs stand for and what they do for your business being located, you can make a misstep by naming your business something really tacky and not really understanding why you're not getting the traffic you need. So those are the kind of things that we discovered along the way, and we put stuff like that in the book. Not necessarily that specific thing, because some things we learned after we wrote the book. So we just kept on going. But I want to start next with the one thing we did last year too, was we had our first virtual challenge and workshop. We did the Popular to Pay workshop and networking event. We had 6 modules on there, and I'm going to list them off, but I want you to talk about a couple of them because we're going to move on to the next thing. We did networking with a purpose because people need to learn how to network. Everybody's not good at talking at events. Some people are introverts, some people are extroverts. So that was a really good one. We did Tap In to Get Paid, where we talked about how people have to make the shift from hobbyist to business person and get clear on what they want. You know, those 5 questions I've been barraging people with all year, Lisa. What do you want? Why do you want it? How does it benefit you? How does it benefit others? And what are you willing to do to make it happen? And one of your personal favorites, and, but, and therefore. You want to talk about that for a minute, Lisa? Because I know that's your jam.
You know, and but and therefore, I actually learned after we did the book, and I really wished I would have known it at the time. It's one of those marketing concepts that have been out for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
but you generally see them in movies more so, and that's how they tell the story. Um, but lately, it's been coming around in the marketing where you have to always think about your audience. When we know that,
Mm-hmm.
but when you put your audience first, and then you think about what they want and why they want it, and the but is what don't I have? And but I don't have it because of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you need X, Y, and Z, which is my service, your service, whose ever service. So you're the therefore, the business is the therefore. And
Mm-hmm.
when you think about storytelling, because everybody likes a good story, right? So when you
Right.
think about storytelling, the and is the intro,
Mm-hmm.
and then the but, that's kind of the contradiction part, and then the
Okay.
solution. And that's really what I'm all about. I'm all about short, sweet, to the point. Let's make it simple, let's make it basic. And the and, but, and therefore gives us that opportunity.
And that's just one of the many frameworks that we learned about as we were learning things that we needed to put in the book. In the popular to paid workshop, we also did education marketing. Now, when you presented that, that was the first time I heard of education marketing. But I'm really here for it now because I understand the importance of educating the consumer about what product, service, or that you're offering for your business. And a lot of people overlook education marketing, and it's really starting to become something on the forefront. What do you say about that, Lisa?
And that's true. So education marketing, to be perfectly honest, I would be willing to wager was probably set up for someone like me who
Mm-hmm.
does not like to sell. So when you think about strength-based selling, which is one of the important things that you always want to think about, you always want to think about what you're good at. Well, I'm good at actually being able to educate people. That's one of the things I love doing. In fact, most people would prefer to educate people than they would sell to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the education marketing piece comes in. You take whatever marketing you're doing and you make it an education piece, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a major win. It involves also making sure you have the right lead magnets. Now there's hundreds of lead magnets out there, and the lead magnet is a giveaway. It's the way you're going to bring somebody into you. And if you are educating them on something, you are adding value to them. And then they're going to realize the value that your business is going to be. So when you give them something, their lead magnet, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then it brought value to them in one size, shape, or form, they're going to want to know more about you. They're going to want to know more about what you do.
Right.
And that's why education marketing is so valuable today, because it's what's in it for your customer. What does
Mm-hmm.
your customer need, your potential customer? And by the way, it's okay if people get lead magnets and they don't want your business.
Absolutely.
That saves you time. You want to educate people, and it's okay if they don't utilize your service in the end.
And the best part about it, by educating the consumer, you will bring in the right consumer for you. We often talk about your avatar, your target market, your target audience. If you educate people properly, you will weed out all the looky loos and the people that won't spend money with you in the first place. So, education marketing is my new jam. The other thing we did in the paid to popular um, workshop was we did a project training called Do the Math. And I was so excited about Do the Math. But like a lot of things, when you do something the first time, you do something, you learn something. And although I was very proud of what I accomplished in the Do the Math portion of our workshop, I realized I left out something really, really important. And that was the revenue piece. So we're doing an update on that. And I am so excited about that. And thank you, Angela, for joining us. We love it when other coaches join. Woohoo! You know, and Lisa, Do the Math was fun though, because what we found, as you know, a lot of entrepreneurs are popular, but they're not paid. They're still trying to make that leap from um, hobbyist to real business, because as you pointed out, if you're not making money, you don't have a business. Some people forget that. So in Do the Math, I simply showed them how they could figure out what product or service they were offering, how much it cost, and then do the math on what it would take for them to make their target amount of money. And for those of you listening, it's just a mini piece of it. Basically, say you're offering books and seminars, and your book is $10 and your seminar is $100 per person. If you're trying to get to $100, you got to sell 10 books. If you're trying to get to that same $100 and you have a seminar, $100, you only have to sell one seminar. So I say, do the math. I cannot tell you how many times Lisa and I discovered that entrepreneurs weren't even setting financial goals for themselves, let alone doing the math. Our new Do the Math workshop, we're calling part 2, is going to include revenue, because it should have been included in the first place. But again, when you know better, you do better. It's important not only to know how much you're offering your services and products for, but you better know what it's costing you to offer that. Overhead, advertisement, marketing, sale, child. It is so much. So although we had fun with that, we can do even better. And that's what Lisa and I are all about taking action to make sure we level up every time we learn something new, so that we can share with those of you that listen to us, follow us, or come on to our platforms. And we say we're educating you. We want to give you the right information. There's so much information out there, and a lot of it is misinformation, or what we call partial information. We want you to have the full picture, so that you can have a business that is actually sustaining you and has revenue on a regular. The rinse and repeat, Lisa, we talk about. And our final module for that particular event was Many Make the Sale. Now, Lisa, that was one of my favorite ones, because in that we packed a lot in that one. We gave people we taught them how to do a 4-part close. We talked to them about pitch decks. We gave them a sales process, because a lot of people don't understand that the sale starts way before your customer ever arrives. And people were astonished at the many steps on the checklist that I provided, like making first contact, having intake forms, how do you create your intake forms? There's so many processes. And I want you, even though this was in this particular training, and it's probably something that I know is going to be front and center at Take Action University, which we're going to be talking about in a minute. The time management piece that people neglect to account for when they are doing the math, counting the costs, making plans for the product or service that they're going to offer. You want to talk about that for a minute, Lisa? And then we'll talk about Take Action University.
Yeah, on the time management one, that's the one, especially when you're talking about do the math and you're talking about revenue, and especially for coaches. I find that this is the bigger problem with our coaches than anything, is a lot of times the coaches, and I did it myself at the beginning, they don't consider their think time. And that is the time that you have to prep for what you're doing. So for example, when one of my clients came up to me and it was like, brand new client, you do your 15 minutes, find out whether or not you're good, and then you are. But then you have to research them, right? You have to actually understand who your client is. You don't just want to go by what they give you. You need to go look online. You need to see what they're doing, because your questions have to be unique to them. And oftentimes people use cookie cutter assessments. So there's lots of assessments online. If you use a cookie cutter assessment, the problem with that is it's not going to benefit you. So you have to spend a little bit more time identifying based on what you're good at. A lot of us are good at certain things and not at others. So if you're using a cookie cutter, the challenge is you end up using somebody else's tools. And that's what you'd like to avoid. So it's really important, especially when you think about your time. Think about your prep time. And then also, most importantly, think about the time that you have got to set aside for preparation for your client for that meeting. I literally spend 30, 45 minutes prepping before a 15-minute phone call, because I want to know about that person before I get that 15-minute phone call, not just what they give me, but I want to know more.
Mm. Lisa, that is so important. And we've got one of my favorite people on here, uh, Coach Vasquez is here with us today, and just to have him listen. Hey, Coach, he's a phenomenal coach that's out there doing things to empower men and make sure that they can really show up as their authentic self. So it's good to see that he's listening in today. Lisa, one of the things that we talked about for 2023. Oops, let me get the coach's banner off of here. This is what I love about live. When you make a mistake, you just go up there and you say, "Oh, I'll figure this out and I'll get it out of there." In 2023, it starts with you. You see the little golden lady there, Lisa? She all up in her comfort zone from 2022 still, trying to figure out, and we're trying to tell her in 2023, girl, get off your behind and get moving like the little gold man over there, because it definitely starts with you. And so many people are thinking that somebody else is going to do it for them. How many times have we talked to people, Lisa, and I'll give you a quick one today. I was talking to a client today, and I literally wanted to go through my phone and slap her tases. I told her this. And I just, some days pray for a sister because I got issues. But if it's been 30 days since the last time we talked because you didn't do your last assignment, and then you call me and you still haven't done your assignment, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to do it for you. The whole point of having accountability is to make sure you do the things that you need to do, which is why people hire you, the results coach, so that you can map out a plan that's easy to follow. And here was the thing, Lisa, what she had to do was so simple. It was basically take a photo of something, forward it to someone, do the follow up, and then let's move on to the next step. But again, it wasn't done. Lots of excuses. And I'm asking, what were, and she actually said, I thought you were going to do it. Really? No, I don't even have access to the things that she was supposed to take pictures of. But I say that to say this. In 2023, I am on a mission to get my fellow entrepreneurs to understand that they can have it all, but they got to understand they have to do the work. And they also have to have some accountability, which is why I'm so excited about Take Action University. Your university that you let me come in and help with, that I'm excited about. And I love Take Action University, Lisa, because we're only going to graduate implementers. The people that actually get off their rear end and do something. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. We're actually going to be launching everything on the 17th. The idea was to keep it semester length, which is each course you'll have up to 4 months to do. And but the goal is to get it done in however many modules there are, which is going to be between 5 and 7, no more than that. It's problem, action, solution kind of, or problem, solution, and an action concept. Each video is less than 5 minutes, and then there's a worksheet. So it's action, reward, action, reward. You do the action, you get the reward. Because the one thing that we found, and this was frustrating, very frustrating for someone like me, you spend money having me help you, and then you don't do it. And I could leave you out there and let you hang, but that frustrates me even more. So that's why we decided to do the Take Action University. But these are things that are not readily available out there. So,
Right.
for example, there's millions of time management ones, but we did do a time management one because I'm an outcome kind of person. So I wanted to give the time management tools that can make immediate action, and you can take immediate change, or you'll have immediate change with these. And that's what's really important. And so you've got time management. We're going to do one on automatic intelligence, because I think the AI programs that can help everybody do their writing, I think they're phenomenal. So we're going to be teaching people how to actually use that kind of concept. We have the journaling courses. We have the speaker's bio, subject matter experts, team building. So there's only going to be 10 courses, and those 10 courses will run, but we're going to change them out every 6 months.
And that's what I like about it. It'll keep you interested, and also you'll learn some very valuable concepts that will help you be able to run your business more efficiently. So I'm excited about Take Action University, and I'm looking forward to all the people that are going to join us in there. We started all of that, but we also, before we go there, I want to put a shout out and a spotlight on someone that's doing something. Because, on Talk to Me, I highlight veterans, authors, and entrepreneurs and people making an impact. And my friend Donovan West is always making an impact. This gentleman is now running for city council at large in Philadelphia. And why am I putting this on this show? Because I want everybody to know about this man who is making an impact in his community and around the world. He does a lot of different things. And I am saddened to say that I did not get the time to pull up one of the other organizations that he supports, and I'm going to get it before we get done with this show, Lisa, because I think people need to know. But if you want to support Donovan West for city council at large, or at least pass the word to other people that you may think that would like to support a gentleman that's ready to listen to lead, go to www.donovanforphilly.com. You can find out about his campaign. You can donate. You can support, because when people are making a difference, we want to put the word out there. And here's the best part. He's going to be on the show talking about what he's doing on January 27th. So those of you listening, tune back in and find out what Donovan's platform stands for. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Lisa, would you mind talking to everyone about some of the things that we got coming up? Like, I don't know, what do we have coming up? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. Well, I look for this thing for Donovan, because I need to tell everybody about this.
Well, before you tell that, what I would like to bring up is New Politics Academy. So New Politics Academy is one of those great things that can help anybody, except if you're running for president. They help. They've got a terrific program. They've got it for veterans. They have it for national service alumni and other service professionals who really want to be servant leaders. And anybody, of course, running for his position want to be servant leaders. Mm-hmm. And it is, I forget what you call it when it's neutral. So it's non-political.
Nonpartisan?
Yes, partisan. Thank you.
Bipartisan? Something like that.
Yeah, whichever one that is. That's exactly what it is. But one of the things I love about it is they actually, in the training, and it's free, mm-hmm. and they actually teach you how to build up the momentum to your, all the way up until when the election comes. And they're there to guide you. But I love them because they show you the gray line. You know how nobody ever talks about the gray line? Mm-hmm. Nothing is ever just straightforward. There's always that gray line. There's always that in between. What are you willing to go over? And they teach you how to do that and how to actually define that. So that's why I wanted to get that in there.
And that's important for someone that would say, well, Brenda, I'm not really into politics. I don't know that. You can go there and learn what you need to know so that you can support Donovan in his bid to become the city councilman at large in Philly. So that's Philadelphia, PA, y'all, for those that don't know what Philly is. I found an organization that Donovan supports. It's called FIRE, Free Inspiration Reaching Everyone. It's a nonprofit organization providing educational workshops, programs, and events for youth and adults all over the world. Donovan takes regular trips to Ghana to make sure he can support them. And I'm telling you, these things that they're doing with these kids and tech and so much more is amazing. The bottom line is DonovanIsTheBomb.com, and you guys need to go check him out on Instagram at Donovan West, or at, like I said, DonovanForPhilly.com. Yes, I'm doing the shout out for the brother because he's a bad brother. Okay, now, next, I want to talk to y'all today about other things that Lisa and I have coming, and I could not have done this without her. I started self-publishing for fun and profit with Brenda the Solutionist. We're going to have a blast because I love turning people's messes or missions into a message for the masses. And we can do that in that club. And it is hosted on a platform called Convene that we're going to talk to you about in a minute. We also opening the portal. It's a monthly coaching group for those of you that are entrepreneurs that you're looking for support, but you're saying, I don't have the arm and the leg they're charging me, Brenda, because I'm just starting out. Well, we created this just for you. And how do you get access to it, Lisa? I'm loving this. You join convene communities. You DM me. I'll send you the link because I want you to come into my community, which is the life community. Or if you are interested in getting information about veterans side by side, coming through side by side, or you want to do podcasts or bookshelves and inkwells where my self-publishing for fun and profit group is housed. You can learn about real estate, learn to trade the stock markets. This guy right here with the free masterclass, Eugene, he is no joke, Eugene Brown. You got Coach Jim in there. You have him teaching you about your child's brain. And the real Josh Griffin is on Convene. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There's Josh. There's Convene Christians. There's Miss Jody Watkins, who is, she's everything, Lisa. She's all about empowering coaches and wellness and fitness and real estate and everything, everything. She's just, yeah, Jody is for real. She is a blast. And when you go to Convene Communities and you join me in the description, there's a link for Convene Communities on my YouTube channel. It's also on my bio link in Instagram. The key is coming there. You can join for free, and it is a place where you can collaborate, educate, and learn stuff. You can host your courses there, Lisa, like I'm doing, or you can create a group. Nonprofits, you want to go check this out because there's a lot in there for nonprofits. It's just an amazing community built by military people where you can share your journey and your perspective and learn and grow together. It's very collaborative, and I really enjoy that space. One of the other things that we've been doing for each other is the accountability piece. Lisa and I met a couple of years ago um, when we were doing the Be Seen challenge, and we connected. And from that, we were able to form a friendship and a partnership so that we can both live our best life now, what is now no opportunity wasted. And Lisa, I've been doing a lot of talking, but I wanted you to say, what has it meant to you for you and I to take this journey to helping entrepreneurs live their best lives now?
It really has been a fascinating journey because it's not the journey I had planned on making. I actually joined the Beyond CTV so I could get confidence to get out there to tell people about veteran resources. And that was it. That was the sole reason. We were in COVID at the time and it was online, and that's why I signed up. If you would have told me back then that I would have quit my job in July so that I could do this full time, I wouldn't have done it. And more importantly, I wouldn't have quit my job if I didn't have you to support me to help support the business owners as well as I also help the senior execs because to me I think it's all about helping get the teams and the building, and there's so much frustration going on now and there's so much hatred going on, and
Mm-hmm.
life can be plain and simple, and I think that being able to enjoy life is what's really important. And I think being able to help individuals with all of the different resources out there, because people are not looking for the resources most of the time. And you know, one of the things you and I both are really super good at is research. I mean, you actually read books. I listen to them. But there have been times in our journey that I'll go one way, you'll go another, and but we end up meeting in the middle because together, where we both of us were at separately, we wouldn't have been there. But together, we always managed to make it.
That's true, Lisa. And, this is the point for me when I joined, as you know, and some other people that have followed my story. I was in a bad place mentally, which is why we're going to talk about the importance of mental health and mental health awareness. Many of us really have heard to ad nauseum, I would say, about mental health awareness, and we kind of got complacent, I think. But I will say, if any of you needs help, you're feeling suicidal or anything of that nature, please dial 988 and veterans press 1. Why is this important? Because I made the call, Lisa, which is how I got to meet you. Because the gentleman on the other end of the line convinced me not to take what was in my hand, but to take one, go to sleep, and get up the next day and find something to do. So I found the Be Seen challenge. And from there, I began to basically, find myself. I was able to get professional help, get counseling, which I'm still in. And I want to say this in all transparency. A lot of you watching this now live, and those of you that will see it on the replay, you see my life in sound bites. Just like you saw Twitch's life, Robin Williams, Kate Spade, Mr. Bourdain, you saw the highlight reel of our life, but you didn't know what was going on when the cameras turned off. I'm fortunate that I have an amazing support team that allows me to do this once a week and keep a balance. That's why I take every other month off. I couldn't do this if I had to do it every day. You guys would not even recognize me probably. But the truth is, being able to do Face It Friday, do the talk show, Talk to Me, meet with all the different veterans and entrepreneurs, offer help and support, helps keep me mentally strong, helps keeps me balanced, and gives me a reason to be here when I feel like there is none. So if you have someone that just because they're smiling and they look like they're always happy, don't be surprised that behind the smile is pain. And for those of you coaches out there that are going to come for me and say, "We can fix this for you, Brenda," thank you for that. I appreciate it and I don't say anything around it. But everybody has to take their journey at their pace. And I'm so thankful for my coaches, my counselors, and my psychiatrist, Jesus, and a lot of medication that allows me to get up here and do this with a smile.
You don't take that much medication, but nice
No,
try.
not really. Not anymore. And the reason is because I did have some coaches that helped me work through using cognitive behavior therapy, using NLP, which I don't really use that as much anymore, meditation, deep breathing, exercise, eating right, much prayer, and a lot of Jesus is what I am able to do and come before you. But I say all that to say this: don't take for granted that just because you see me or anyone else on social media living our best lives, remember you see it in a soundbite. Remember to check out and check in on those people around you and ask the question, are you okay? But are you okay mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially? Sometimes just asking the question can get people to open up and get on the other side of darkness so that they can seek the help that is available if they would reach out. And sometimes you just don't know to reach out. I know I didn't. I now know to reach out, Lisa, because I have a safety protocol. And anyone that hears this on the replay or watching live, if you'd like a safety protocol that can help you make sure you have the right people on the list so you can call the right people when you're in the wrong frame of mind, reach out, DM me. I'd love to share it with you because I have mine hanging next to my bed. The reality is, we can all use support at one time or another. It's okay to be sad every once in a while. It happens to all of us. But when you find yourself in sadness and you feel like there's no way out, please know there is help available. And all you got to do is dial 988 Veterans, press 1. Lisa, we're a little bit over our time, and I wanted to tell everybody about an event that I'm going to be speaking at in February. It's called the Convene 23. It's February 17th and 19th. Grow your business in 2023 using the Complete Bean platform. It's going to be a lot of amazing speakers, some really good training. I'm going to get to speak on self-publishing. I'm really excited that I'm going to help people tap in to self-publishing for fun and profit.
And that's actually a live event.
It's a live event. Yes, in person. We're going to get to see people and meet people. And I'm so excited about that. And I hope a lot of people will sign up and join. Oh, and just in case I didn't tell you, you can get information by going to convenecommunities.com/convene23. Convenecommunities.com/convene-23. I want to get that right because we really want you to come out and join us and get your business properly seen, heard, and promoted because that group is all about success for entrepreneurs. Is there anything I missed that we dealt with this year, Lisa? I think I got it all.
This year was all about self-care for me, I think. And I think halfway through it became about self-care for you. Because really it was all about getting in shape. And even though you still can't tell in my face, I did drop two sizes. So, I'm still mad it's not in my face. But anyway, by doing the self-care aspects, the exercise, the eating right, etc., and then making sure Brenda takes off once a month. I'd go insane if I would. That would not be my style. But I do things that will actually, I sit down and I'll take a bath. I'll do certain things that are self-care. There are moments for me, and everybody needs those self-care. That was important in 2022, and it is just as important moving forward in 2023.
Lisa, I don't know how I did it, but I almost forgot one of my favorite people. Pastor Jeff Moffitt runs the I Inspire Club every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Clubhouse. In the I Inspire Club, we speak to inspire, live to encourage, and want everyone that comes to live their best life now. Now is no opportunity wasted, as we have strong love talks about post traumatic stress disorder. If you are someone with PTSD and you need support, this is the room to go to. It is a safe place. Replays are on three Sundays out of the month, and then there's one Sunday where the the audio is off, where you can share even more. We don't do the gory stories or anything because we don't want to trigger anyone. But in the I Inspire Club, we do have strong love talks about PTSD with our founder, Pastor Jeff Moffitt. He also has another room on Clubhouse that is just purity music 24/7. You should check it out, and I'm sure you will be glad you did. Lisa, we've had a great time here on Face It Friday as we face the fact that I guess I did a lot more than I thought.
Yes, you did, and I can attest for that. And you've come a long way this year, because I wasn't sure we were going to get you into business mode this year, to be perfectly honest.
No, but you know what? The key about it was getting me into a place that allowed me to still take care of myself mentally and emotionally and not overload me. Because the reality for a lot of veterans like myself, being full business mode is not really conducive to a strong mental health journey for me. So taking every other month off, making sure I check in with my counselors and everyone to see that I'm doing what is best and proper for me is so important for my own mental health awareness and journey. And I also want to put it out there to the veterans. I spent 8 years sitting on a couch, Lisa, feeling sorry for myself, gaining weight, and believing the lie that I was useless, that my traumatic brain injury that caused me to slur my words on occasion, the chronic pain that I deal with, all of that made me no longer a valuable member of society. But when I get to get up every morning and be a battle buddy and help other veterans, help entrepreneurs, talk to people about how they're living their best life now, it helps me cope with the mental issues, the chronic pain, and the things that I deal with on a daily basis that maybe when people see me on the screen, they don't know that I'm dealing with. But I'm thankful and I feel really blessed that our paths crossed. I'm also thankful for all the people that support me. Hey, Super Connectors, shout out to you guys over there. Jen and Chris over there doing their thing. I'm excited for the people that have supported me through my ups, through my downs, and encouraged me to be my best self, the best version of myself, despite of the things and the challenges that I have to deal with on a daily. There's no shame in my game anymore, Lisa, because there's too many veterans deciding to become unnecessary silences because they feel that their life has hit a bad point. They can't take the pain anymore. They can't take the stigma, and they definitely can't take the shame and guilt that comes along with being disabled or having mental health concerns. And I want you to know, if you can hear me today, there is help available. You are valuable. If you can't call any, DM me, I will talk to you and we'll get you headed in the right direction. There is so much help available, and I don't want to see another unnecessary silence. I want us all to not just live and exist, but I want us to thrive and survive. Lisa, you have any final thoughts?
No, I think you said it all. I think that 2023 is going to be the best year for anybody who takes action. And I don't care what action you take, but make sure you take action. Do what's in your best interest. Do what you want to do.
Remember, the choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. So choose wisely. And remember, choose to ask for help if you need it. Be blessed, everyone. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Brenda.